So, what exactly is a named range? Now, before we start creating named ranges and throwing them into calculations left and right, let's take a step back and really understand what we're dealing with here. You already know that we can select different groups of cells using our mouse, right? When we grab a bunch of cells together, that's called a range of cells. We use these all the time when we're doing calculations. For example, if I wanted to sum all of the totals, I would select the cell range F3 down to F16, and boom, that's my range. Here's where the magic happens. A named range is basically you saying, hey, instead of calling you A10 to A14 like some kind of robot, I'm going to call you something meaningful, like blank cells. It's like naming your pet instead of just calling it the animal. Much better, right? And the beautiful thing is, once you've given a range a name, you can use that name in your formulas. Instead of selecting the cell range every single time, your formulas become so much cleaner and your future self will thank you. Let's see this thing in action. Now, in this workbook, I've already set up a bunch of named ranges for you. If you want to see all the named ranges in your workbook, just click that little drop-down arrow in the name box. See that? I've got 5 named ranges in here, one for client, order list, price, quantity, and total. And here's something neat. Each of these named ranges matches up perfectly with the column headings in this table. If I click on the price named range, watch what happens. It highlights that entire range of cells. So effectively, this cell range E3 to F16 is now called price. No more memorizing random cell references like you're studying for some kind of Excel spelling bee. Let me show you the others real quick. This is the cell range assigned to client. This one is quantity. You can actually see it right there in the name box. And here we have total. Then we've got the orders range as well. Why your formulas will love you for this. Over on the below side of our table, we've got some calculations. Now, if you take a look up in the formula bar, this first calculation is going to look a little different from what you might be used to. I'm doing an average calculation here, trying to find the average quantity. But instead of seeing something like D3 down to D16, which honestly looks like a secret code, it just says quantity in there. It's using the named range instead of those confusing cell references. Let's look at the next formula down. This one is doing a count of all the orders. And again, instead of a bunch of letters and numbers that mean nothing to anyone, I'm using the named range. Here's why this is so awesome. Anyone who looks at this worksheet can instantly figure out what you're trying to do. Instead of scratching their head at random cell references, they can see, oh, it's doing a count of the orders. It just makes everything more meaningful and way less intimidating. Quick navigation. Here's a little bonus trick that's super handy. You can use named ranges for quick navigation around your workbook. Let me show you what I mean. Let's say I'm working on a completely different worksheet. Let me just create another one here real quick. So I'm over here doing my thing, typing away, living my best spreadsheet life, and suddenly I need to jump back to one of those ranges. Instead of clicking around like a maniac trying to find where I was, I can simply select it from the name range dropdown, and bam, it jumps me right back to that worksheet and highlights that range of cells. Pretty slick, right? Navigation is kind of the secondary superpower of named ranges. The main event, the headline act, is definitely making your formulas easier to construct and read. But hey, free bonus features are always nice.